Hey, like everything's working so far anyway. My most recent streams have not been without issues. Hopefully, won't have it anymore. So today I have some, I guess, updates to my um not just Valentine's builds, but other builds as well. Because I actually forgot to prepare sooner for the upcoming Valentine's Day, which is for me tomorrow. I'm not gonna be available to stream then. So yeah, and I don't normally make seasonal builds anyway. Regardless, here's what we have for today. So first of all, my Doki Doki Huda Semi, which has the do somehow I was able to fit in within the 30 decal slots the Doki Doki decal on both sides. So this isn't a mirror of what's on the other side. In fact, this is different. This is Doki Doki Plus. And then there's also these circles thingies down here. This is actually just, is there another one there? Yeah, there is a circle with it over here as well. So these four circles down here, well, six, I guess, if you also count those. These six circles are actually just three decals. I used the combination of the mirror feature. Yeah, it's these three. You can see if I click on this, that one blinks, and then this one is for those two. That's with this. So I got that by using the mirror function as well as unchecking backface and opposite side and having the decal projected at an angle. So say I project it here. Yeah, you can see it's moving. So if I turn a decal, the mirror off, obviously the other one disappears. But if I look from the other side, it's on that side. So if I turn mirror on, then it appears down there. Just as on this side, it appears up there. Because that's where it's projected towards. So if I now project it again, yeah, I can see over there. So it looks like I need to change the projection like that. A little bit more. And there we go. Now I can put the decal here to match the one over there already. And then I just had to move it here. So that's how you get more efficient with your decals. I didn't use it as much as I could. Because like here, I also have two circles up here. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, These are two different circles, I think. Yeah, and it's not rendered on the other side. So the other side has two more. So those are four decals. So I can make this even more efficient if I really want to. Actually, maybe not. At least not the same method as I did with these two. It will have to be projected from this side to the correct position here. I can't use the mirror function because then it will appear wrong on the other side. Because it has to be in a different position. Because like here, this is the door. It's towards the back of the door. But on this side, it's towards the front. So yeah, the mirror won't work here. So, but yeah, that's also possible to make it more efficient just by projecting it directly to the other side. And then obviously I have these new light attachments, all in the shape of hearts. Let's go through all of these. So this is just two of the rectangle light attachments. Well, the shape is rectangle, but they're called square light. So they're at just 45 degrees, and it has those rounded corners, so it ends up looking very much like a heart. So this is 10 lights on the top alone, and then here's four to make the, I guess, M shape at the top, and then two more to make a V at the bottom, which when combined also makes a heart. Then I have four more lights around the truck to complete all 20, because that's the limit on light attachments. This is differently placed than before. In fact, let's have a look at my original one. Oh yeah, these are very old. I even had to use two lights, a red and a blue, to make purple, which looks more like pink, especially when you're lighting up the paint that is colored pink. But yeah, these are old enough that we didn't have the menu yet for the light attachments, so I had to place them like that. Same with this one. This is also four digits, and this one did not have the design. This is just a setup. Oh, and as usual, my three lights on top of semi trucks are assigned to headlights, and then with on engine on, everything else is on engine on. I would make the trailer lights also assigned to engine on, but it doesn't work because the trailers don't have engines. I'm hoping the dev can fix that though, like, because you can't do anything with the lights on the trailer anyways, unless it's attached to a semi. So like, if I turn the headlights on a semi attached to a trailer, but then I disconnect the trailer, the lights turn off anyway. So it always has to be attached for the lights to work. So surely, if I have the engine on a semi, then the trailer should also have lights that are set to engine on to work. But yeah, at the moment it doesn't work at all if you have lights assigned to engine on a trailer. Oh, and even though I didn't have my lights on, at least not the engine on rather, the lights were still on earlier because that's just what happens when you click on the garage. So now it's on again. I'm pretty sure that's gonna get fixed on by the next update though. I think I read an update in testing right now that yeah, that's gonna be fixed. And then the trailer, don't think I have to update the trailer. Oh yeah, the lights. I updated the lights. So these are exactly the same already, with other than the lights. So obviously at some point we got an update that increased the limit from 10 to 20. And also we have um these light pieces now that are half as long as the longest one. So I pretty much just doubled up the lights on it. Not the ones at the front and the back though. Those still only have one. And so I used the remaining light attachments slot to have these turn signals at the front of the trailer. Since I wasn't able to double the lights on the front and the back, that left me with two slots. So the trailer now has 20 lights. Also, the trailer has so many circles on it, even though we only have decal slots for 30, and I got that using the same trick as, wait, what's it? Why is that different from this one? Oh, yeah, because I did the trick to multiply the circles, the projection angle and mirror trick to have so many more circles than just 30. In fact, I can have even more, but obviously I wanted these four colors. And also the projection trick caused this thing in the back. So I had to have that extra piece here. Yeah, this one to cover that up. So all of these are no back face, no opposite side. Well, unchecked on no back face and on no opposite side. So it does have back face and opposite side, plus the mirror function. So that's how I'm able to get so many circles on this thing. And yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna, since I'm not gonna be available tomorrow, let me also, while we're talking about this, let me post about this Doki Doki thing in my Discord so I can also show you guys. So link to my Discord should be in the description or my profile in YouTube. Is that what you call it on YouTube, a profile? Anyways, in my Discord, how do I make this visible? There we go. So in my Discord, I have this other games section. So I'm gonna post about the reference that we have here on the truck. which is Doki Doki uh, Literature Club. I don't have the Literature Club thing here. Yeah, I guess it's kind of this line. It's down here somewhere on the logo. Let me grab the link to Steam. This game is free on Steam, at least the base one. The Plus version is not, but it's also cheap. Also, what is that? Look, I saw what's that? Doki Doki House. Is that related? That doesn't look like. Yeah, no, that's why did I even read the name of that? Anyway, how do I grab the link here? There we go. Copied that. Uh, let's see. The base game is free to play. Grab the plus version link as well. Copied. What do you even call it? People call it because the name is called Doki Doki Literature Club. That's so hard. Literature Club. It's always hard to say at first because the name is called that. People call it DDLC, and then the plus version they call it a DLC. So it's DDLC DLC. But I don't think this counts as a DLC. What do you call this? Like an expansion? Does this thing say anything? Because this thing doesn't really change the game. It just adds things that are separate to the base game. It's related to it, obviously, but it's a separate thing entirely. So what do you call something like that? I guess I'll just call it DLC then. What's that? There you go. $15 for the DLC, and the base game is free. Oh, does it say here? Hmm. Well, it says on Steam that the game is psychological horror. Anyways, that's that. I'm not gonna upload it yet, but I'll upload it before we end this at some point during the stream because I haven't used it since I'm updated, made all the updates to it. And here's a couple more new vehicles that I made. So these are my pink Panthers, with the one on the right obviously being the Pink Panther car. So it's supposed to look like a panther. Let me actually turn the headlights on this one so it has the eyes. There we go. So obviously this is the Pink Panther, so it's got that cat stuff on its face. Like this is supposed to be a nose, and this is, I guess, the mouth. So the mouth is open, and so you can see the tongue sticking out. So that light that I put there is supposed to be the tongue, and then it got its whiskers, and then obviously the eyes. And then I put some because of the old show, The Pink Panther, which is what this thing is referencing, the which has like a detective and in and the Pink Panther leaving its paw prints. I think that's part of like the what do you call it, the intro sequence on it, where it shows the panther walking, leaving footprints with the detective using a magnifying glass and following the trail. And then I also made the cat logo on the back. Oh, I need to turn on the engine. There we go. So it has my a variation of my cat logo. So on this one, it actually has yellow eyes with the black pupils in the middle, and the nose, and I guess this thing is also part of the nose. It's part of its face. It doesn't have the whiskers here because I'm out of decal slots, and will attach a light there to light it up, as well as this the Pink Panther diamond, also a reference to the Pink Panther show, and obviously it lights up. Unlike the tongue, actually no, the tongue does light up as well. It's the it's assigned to the high beams, so you can make it flash. And then it's got these this is actually from the other car, but I removed it from this one now. So now it's on this car. This is the exact same coordinates and rotation as before, except it's on a different car. So I don't know what they call this though. I just know that cars without a roof sometimes have this support behind the seat. I don't know what they call it. This one, I can actually add three more lights. So maybe I'll add a few more later. But yeah, same as the truck, I'm gonna be using it to give it a try, see if the build needs any update. Oh, actually, this these two both need an update on the brake balance. That's one thing I'm sure of. The truck, yeah, the truck doesn't really need an update on the brake balance because it's a semi truck. And then this car is an old build. Actually, let me add the old version of this until just for until I can finish testing. Actually, no, that's not because that's outdated. I don't wanna add to the screen of outdated codes. And then other than these three, I think I only have one more vehicle that vehicle design that I made specifically for Valentines. None of these are really Valentine's builds though. They just look like the part. Like obviously this car has the sakura flower, which is I don't think they bloom on February. But yeah, they have heart shapes and whatnot. Flowers, obviously, for Valentine's. And so, yeah, it's still Valentine's theme, I guess. I think I only have one more vehicle that I designed for Valentine's, which is the Magus. This one. I don't have an update for this one though, unlike those. Like this one is completely new. This one is very different now. So those need to be updated. This one I don't have an update for. I'm also not too happy with my build on this one either. Because when I took this to the track, I didn't get to set a very fast lap time. I don't know if it's because of my build or if I just wasn't really good enough to compete with the others on the leaderboard. In fact, let's have a look at that. Actually, that was so long ago. My record is probably even worse now than before. Back then, I was only on, I think, less than 1 second behind only. Oh, my record is not even here anymore. Yeah, because it's old enough that it's not here. Actually, no. I have seen some old records that are still here on the leaderboard. It's just that there's something wrong with the leaderboards. It's not showing all the data that it should. I've seen some really old records of mine that are still there and some not too old, but is not there. Oh, and today's weekly violent vehicle is the Air City, which we had recently, so I'm not even bothering with that this week because I'm not. Yeah, there's nothing for me to make with the Air City anymore because I already did a race build and a comfort build on that one last time. It was only like a few weeks ago, I think. Yeah, I think it was January that the Air City came up. Anyway, so besides the Kuda, the Flanker S trailer, the Panther, and these Panthers, this is the only one other build I have that is Valentine's related. And this one is um the the magic. I call this the Magis magic because this is these are all references to free Ren. Where's my free Ren post? Wait, have I not posted that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it has Beyond Journey's Ended included in the title. Season 2 is still ongoing. In fact, a few hours from now is gonna be episode 5. I think we have 4 episodes so far. Today will be episode 5. Oh, there's no image here though. Uh, Free Ren images. So here's Free Ren, the main character. She's a elf, a mage. So she has that wand, which is what I made here. Oh, and then also, okay, so there's the wand. Oh, right, I'm on foot. I'm not in the car. I'm pressing the camera rotate key. Wasn't doing anything. And then this is Himmel's sword, who is not actually a character in the show, but actually no, he does appear. It's just that the show's timeline is only showing him in like what do you call it? Flashbacks. But I guess he He's still an important character. He's not really in any of these though. So there he is. And where's his sword? There it is. So that's what I made here. And then this one, the remaining design here is the is supposed to be, what do you call it again? A lotus something? Why can't I remember what it is? Oh, maybe I have it in my Discord post. No. All right. Why don't I have it? Oh, because these are race builds. Yeah, I don't explain the design anywhere because they're just race. They're just about the racing. Hmm. But this is supposed to be like a ring connecting both Himmel and Frieren. So it goes around the car and yeah, it's a ring. I can't really say much more than that without spoiling. And you don't want to spoil yourself anything about that show because it's a really good one. You should watch it before allowing yourself to see or hear spoilers about it. Anything that I post in my Discord, I recommend really to give it at least a watch. And so yeah, I don't have an update for that one. So let's move on to the non-Valentine stuff. So last week I have these builds on screen right now that I worked on. So it's basically just the mixie really. I did upload a couple of compacties as well, but I didn't really get to test it. Yeah, I didn't get to do garbage work with the compacting, but I uploaded it anyway because I test one of those is a race build. So I did get to take the compacting on the track and test it out. And I uploaded the second one because I already did some garbage work recently before the stream. Well, in one of my previous streams even. I believe it was the camaraderie anniversary day. Yeah, that was it. During the camaraderie anniversary, I did some garbage work. So I already knew what I wanted my compacti with my compacti. But regardless, I have more updates for it. Hopefully, I'll have time for it today. So the main difference so far is the lights. I removed the wavy red lights down here in the back because I remembered the when you're doing garbage job, you want to click on this a lot, and I had it in a spot where you might end up clicking on the light instead. So I just replaced those with these lights on top instead. Those are 6 lights though. So how come I have 7 lights back here now? I must have removed one other light. Oh yeah, there was a light up here already. A light bar like this one up here that I replaced as well. And then those two I need nighttime to show. Let's go speed up the time. Get some darkness. That should be dark enough, I think. So the Tronco got the most changes. So now you can see there's actually a bunch of hidden lights inside the panels of the truck. Even if you open the back, you won't see the lights. It's literally inside. Well, some of these lights are not, but most of the lights are literally in between the panels. So you can't see it from the outside, you can't see it from the inside either. You can only see the light that it shines onto the truck. And there's also way more lights now, obviously, because we have 20 light attachment limit now compared to before where it only had 10 lights. And then the other change is the decals. The decals on this look, it still looks the same, but it's actually completely different now. I rebuilt it. I replaced every decal because we have using the all the decal mechanics now and tricks that I know. I got much cleaner coloring now because before you could see the colors don't really go with the panels properly. Like it ends somewhere before the edge of the panel, if I remember correctly. I guess we can have a look and compare. So that's how it looks right now. If I click on an old one, how do I zoom? Yeah, you can see here. This is where the line where the panel, the flat side of the truck ends, but the decal does end before, even before that. Same thing on this side, and I believe it's also at the top and the bottom is just not very easy to see. Oh, and you can see here it's also different. So you can see a little bit of red up there and down here because it's taller, whereas now it's the correct size. And then if you look inside, it's also different. So before, this is just red because I made these decals projected from the front like this. So I had to place this square-ish shape at the front, which also meant that the white down here is covered by red. Well, this should be white, but now it's red in this one. But on the current version, it's actually white over there as well now. And also like I said, everything is completely refreshed, so it's everything is slightly different. So this is a much better Uno text. Oh, and the arrows. So you can see these decals there now instead of just a flat red. And the arrows, I actually noticed this a long time ago that I made the arrows incorrectly. I just never got around to fixing it. So this is how an a card arrow should be, other than the fact that they have curvature on these corners. But what I had before was this, where the arrows are wrong. So the arrows are correct now. It's at a 45-degree angle, as it should be. And then what else? The back. There's I specifically opened this one instead of this one because the back of Uno cards, well, first of all, this is wrong. This is not, this is backwards because obviously I placed the decal from here. So this looks wrong. Over there looks correct because it's the same thing, obviously. But on this one, actually the back of the card where it's black with the red circle inside. This is how the back of Uno cards are. So it's only this one though. I can't make it on the others because I'm out of decal slot. I don't even know how I would make that for the green and blue cards on the sides. I'm sure I can, but it would require so many more decals to have this on the back. But yeah, this thing is already at the limit of the decals, so that's all I could do. Oh, and the side having the red here now is because I actually projected the red decal, the one making that. It's actually projected from the side, just like the ones here on the side of the truck. And that's also how I managed to get the decals from the back to show there. Before it was just red because it was covered by the decal from the front. But since the red is projected from the side, that's no longer the case. The Uno text is still projected from the front, but that's easy to fix. Like I just had to I just had to check the no backface for that, as well as have it above, a layer above. Whereas before, if I made these decals render here, it would also be visible at the front, which just doesn't work. So the layering also is also different now. So this truck I did test already, so I'm actually gonna upload that now. So 166700, nice number. Then here's another one that I already tested last time, but I have made changes since. Oh, why is my FPS so low? What's going on? Oh, there we go. It's going back up again. So as usual, it has these multicolor lights around the bed. Because you can't paint or decal the bed, but I still wanted to design it because it's a big part of the truck. So I used a bunch of lights here, which if you count the colors, so let's see, 17. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's not how I made these lights. In fact, I couldn't make this kind of light setup before, at least not normally, because this thing has that light on top, that's one, 5 lights over here, and then a couple more down here. So I can't have 17 lights on the bed, because the limit is only 20. So the way I'm able to get this, even from before, the original is really old. It's a 4-digit code, and yet I still have these colors. Even though from back then, we only had red, green, and blue colors. So the way I got all these extra colors with less lights is by combining colors. So if you look at the light attachments, so this is number 1. This is a big red light. And then next to it is a green light that is overlapping with it. So if you combine the red and the green by overlapping, you get that yellow. And then you have the same thing here. It's overlapping with the blue. So it's creating, what do you call this, cyan? So back here is red and green. So once again, there's yellow. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I added some short lights at the front and back ends of the trailer. So that's 12 lights. And here's the 13, 14, 15, and then 5 more on top. So this thing is also been tested last time. It's just that I didn't have an update to the lights yet. Or the brake bias. I've already tested the brake balance. Actually, did I test the brake balance on this? I don't remember doing that. I have. Okay, good. Because I already uploaded it. So yeah, last time I wasn't able to update the brakes and the light attachment, so I didn't upload it yet. But now that I have, there we go. Oh, their numbers are right after each other. Nice. Oh, and I also updated the decals. So it used to be gray. The Figma text used to be gray in order to match the gray bits on the truck, but it didn't really look very good. So I actually changed it to white now. I also adjusted the lettering ever so slightly. So the F matches the actual Figma F logo better now. Same with the I, it has a big circle above it, wider than the I letter, the body of the I itself. And the G is slightly smaller. If you look at the Figma logo, that's how they have it. The G is slightly smaller. And it's also cut off somewhere around here. And then the M, this part of the M is different from this part. You can see this is narrower. That's how their logo is. So that's another update that I did. to make it look more similar. I don't think I didn't change the A because the A looks just normal. So that's all the updates with this. I didn't change the colored bits here at all. This is still the original one. I did add a gray, a dark gray layer here to cut this bit, and therefore I had to change the order of the layers so that everything still shows up as normal. But that's it for the decals on this. I didn't change very much on it. So that's it. Let me add those to our screenshot now. Oh, what's happening? Oh, it's not responding. There we go. Did it not copy? Come on, copy. There we go. So I guess I'm taking off the one of the compacties for now. I'm only keeping the racing compacty. There we go. There's our update to the image on screen. So I took off the work setup campy or not campy compacty. I kept the racing one on screen though. And here's my two updated work mighty and tronco builds. Before I upload the updated compacty, I wanna test it out. Oh no, let's pop out. So I need first a uniform so we can see where the garbage are. Oh, this is gonna take a while, huh? Because we can also go test in Ara. I don't want to spend too much time with the garbage job. There's not enough garbage in Gapa or Guangjin, so don't bother doing garbage for those unless you picked up garbage in Ara with multiple compacties and it's no longer spawning many garbage there, then on your way to the landfill, you can stop by Gapa and pick up more there. Just to fill the remaining space on your last compacty. But unless you're doing so many compacties, this should be enough. Because I'm pretty sure you can fill like 3 or even 4 trucks with just the spawn garbage, not even in counting the ones that spawn in as you're picking up garbage. I don't know if the Guangjin area still has enough garbage in it. I think there still is, because that looks like there's still plenty there. And there's definitely enough in Jeju, because Oedo counts as Jeju. And even if it doesn't, the power plant, which is where you're gonna be dropping your garbage anyway, is over here. So you can even take some garbage from AWOL or Halim if you're no longer having enough garbage in Jeju. Anyway, let's give this build a try. First, I need to refuel, so I'm gonna spawn here. Oh, I removed all my parking space here. I'm gonna have to run over here. Can I drive the compacti out of here? I don't think so. It's too tall, I think. Yeah, that's definitely too tall. Hmm. If I lower it, is it gonna fit? I don't think so. I would have lowered it already if that works, but let's see. Yeah, it still doesn't. That's not even close to fitting still. Hmm. Yeah, that's not gonna work, huh? I'm just gonna have to spawn at the bus station. Oh, my FPS is low again. What is going on? Is my graphics settings wrong? It's not. Is there an area nearby with too many vehicles? No, I already despawned all my stuff. Hmm. Going on with my FPS then. Oh, is it because I have the thing that I used to open to edit the image open? The FPS is still low. Discord is minimized. Hmm. Well, 30 isn't bad. There we go. Our FPS is high again. So this thing has surround lights for when you're working. And then if you time the hazard with the flashing lights on the back, you can get it to alternate. I don't remember the ideal garbage pickups here in Jeju anymore. It's been so long. But in general, you don't want to waste your time picking up those single trash bags. So this is why I wanted the second reverse gear. Because sometimes it's better to just reverse. Oh, I haven't opened it. Oh yeah, I don't have the multiplayer delay. With my ping on most multiplayer servers, doing garbage job is very tedious. Because you constantly have to wait for picking up and dropping the trash bags. But in single player, it's instant. So here, these trash bags are just single ones, but you're coming from the driver's seat anyway, so they still kind of still work as a pair. As long as you can park your truck near multiple trash bags, it's good. In fact, maybe I should have picked up that other one earlier when I was still on that road. Also, with this transmission setup that I have now, you should be double shifting from L. In fact, I think you can even start in first gear instead of L gear. I'm gonna try that next. It doesn't start up very well from first, but it does start fine. And you can double shift to third. Oh, those are two garbage bags. Oh, and each garbage bag is gonna add 0.25 to the capacity. So it says there the capacity is 10, but each bag is not one, it's only 0.25. So you need four bags per unit. Is it actually 1 kilogram each? It's 10 kilograms each. So four of them is 40 kilograms. Because it says here kilograms, but that's not true. Oh, and this one, you just have to park and then pick it up with the truck. These dumpsters, you don't need to pick up the trash bag for those. And they add zero point 0.5 to the capacity. They don't pay twice as much though, but it still pays almost twice. So they're still worth picking up, especially as a solo player. That's just so much more convenient to pick up. Oh, that's a tree. Somehow I didn't get yellow body damage from that. These are just single bags. This one is also just a single bag. I should have went up there. Yeah, those are four garbage bags at least. Is it? It looked like four. Oh, it's only three. And one is not even that close. Where do I go next now? I guess I'll just keep backing out. Oh, my bus is there though. Oh, well, I clicked that. Dang it. Wait. Oh, because yeah, I need to face this way. Those are two bags over there. So if you are playing in multiplayer, since you can pick up so many more on the way, you'd have so much more trash at this point. I'm still only at 7. There's still the airport and the warehouse and Oedo. In fact, I'm not even gonna bother with the airport. Sure, there's enough at Oedo to fill the rest of the truck. And if not in Oedo, then I can still go to Halim. I think all the trash here spawn in pairs. Well, not spawn, but oh, there's even 3 here. 2 bags and looks like a dumpster. So that kinda counts as 4. And same thing on the other side. I see up ahead there. Also, you can hop in from the back and then teleport to the driver's seat. So if it's not very convenient to run to the driver's seat, you can just hop in the back. So I'm already at 9. I only need 4 more. And this kind of counts as 4, so this should be enough to fill up the truck. Oh, it looks like they changed the dumpster though. It only gave me 2.5, just like the trash bags instead of point 0.5. Huh. So this should fit in the truck then? Yeah, it does. So even though, huh, I'm gonna have to check that. Maybe it depends on the dumpster. So those small green dumpsters work just like the trash bag, but the other bigger dumpsters are the only ones that add point 0.5 and pay more. Because I haven't been paying attention to those, because there wasn't very many of those in Jeju. Hmm. Anyways, the truck is full now. No, too fast. Oh, I'm just on the way to the trash place now, so no need for the work lights and the hazards. So that took about 15 minutes. Let's see how much I'm gonna earn for 15 minutes of garbage work here at Jeju. But obviously, since I already picked up the garbage at Jeju, I need to give it some time for the garbage to respawn. So I'm gonna try doing garbage cleanup at Gangjung next. I'm pretty sure once I'm done with Gangjung, the garbage in Jeju is gonna be enough for another full truck. $97,000. Oh yeah, it says here, 2 trash bags for 6,000. So I think these are the ones from the dumpster. So it's 3,000 each from the dumpster, even though it only added 0.25, which is the same as the trash bag. And yet it pays more, right? Yeah, 72 divided by 36 is 2,000. So the regular trash bags pays 2,000 each, whereas the ones from the dumpster is 3,000. But it adds the same to the capacity apparently. I thought they used to add zero point 0.5, but I guess it was rebalanced now. So they fit in the same space as the regular trash bags. It's just that they pay more. And they're more convenient to pick up as well. So maybe instead of actually starting in Jeju, you should start in Oedo, Awol, and Halim because there's more of those dumpsters here before going to Jeju. That way you can even take this road that is shorter to the power plant. And you're gonna be here at the power plant anyway after you're done with Gangjong. So you're still gonna have to drive to these places. Alright, so now let's head to Gangjong and try cleaning up garbage there. See if we can still fill up the truck. There should be enough there. There's plenty of garbage there. But last time I tried this, not too long ago, there was actually not that much garbage there. It was still enough to fill the truck, but it felt like I was just picking up respawning ones instead of ones already spawned in. But maybe that was because I played in multiplayer and that someone actually recently picked up garbage. I don't remember it anymore. It's not too long ago, but it's also not too recent for me to remember. Also, obviously, you can just teleport to Gangjong from the power plant. But it's not too far away, so I prefer just driving. Especially because there's a bunch of garbage here. And there's You can't normally spawn here. We're not spawn, but teleport here. I can because I have a campy. Oh, there's only three now. Huh. There used to be a lot of garbage spawning here, and even one or two dumpsters. So there's definitely less garbage in Gangjung than before. And this one I can just pick up. Oh, didn't realize I was gonna drive into the dumpster. Oh yeah, I should turn on these things. Oh yeah, and the reason I use these long light bars for the surrounding lights is because it's the brightest one of all the lights. By far even. The short version of the LED is maybe the second brightest one. Oh, I was gonna skip this, but this is a dumpster, so I don't even have to hop out of the truck. This one I'm gonna skip because it's just one bag. That's also just one bag. Yeah, there's not many garbage here. And they're individual bags as well. I might have to go back and pick this up just to get the truck full. Unless there's enough garbage everywhere else. There's three here, nice. Oh yeah, this time it added zero point 0.6 even because it's rounding down from 2.25. It was showing not one, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it was showing 1.2 and it went up to 1.8. So this big dumpster gives zero point 0.5. I wonder if it pays even more than the small dumpster then. I don't think so, because as far as I know, there's only two types of garbage you can pick up. These bags and the ones from the dumpsters. But yes, for some reason, some of them only add 0.25 to the capacity and the others add zero point 0.5. So yeah, maybe they do pay more. So this is another big dumpster. Yeah, this one adds zero point 0.5 as well. Oh yeah, and I'm navigating the menu of the compressor quickly using the tab key to go down to the second item to compress the bags. And then my caps lock key works as an enter key to select the the compress. So if you can reprogram your keyboard somehow, mine it's built into the keyboard. I just need to go to the, what do you call it, utility page, because I have a wooden keyboard. I just have to go to the utility website if I want to rebind the keys. And it works the same on whatever device I connect the keyboard to, because it's because the keyboard itself saves the key binding. It's not just a computer setting, which is why it works with just a website that if I just go to the website to reconfigure. Highly recommend swapping the caps lock with an enter key action. It makes so many things much more convenient if you use the enter key on so many things. And your left hand is probably somewhere around on that side of the keyboard. Oh, the brakes are overheating. Should I maybe upgrade the brake pads? Even though I have maximum rear bias. And there's no engine braking. Or Jake brakes, rather, that I can use. Oh, it's just one bag here now as well. There used to be multiple bags back here. At least it's a dumpster. It's convenient to pick up. I don't have to get out anymore. But yeah, there used to be a lot of garbage bags back there. Well, not a lot, but there's multiple. I don't remember how many. Maybe at least two plus the dumpster. Also, in case you didn't know, even though these things are unbreakable, the light post and the trees, the fences are not. So you can drive through it. Just be careful in multiplayer. Actually, no. I think in multiplayer they fixed the desync when you're driving through the fences. I don't remember. I think I read that in one of the patch notes that they fixed that already. But it used to be that when you drive through breakable stuff like that, it doesn't get synced up to other players. So as soon as you hop out of the truck, things can break. Because the server gets confused on where your truck actually is. Because it thinks the fence is still there, but your game tells the server that the truck is also in the same spot as the fence. So where else can I pick up garbage? I'm still only at 8.8. And there's... Oh, this is a pair of dumpsters. So this should... Yeah, I'm only gonna need 2 more trash bags. So there's just barely enough now. Wait, I can still put three more, not two. So are the dumpsters really adding 0.5 or not? Because some earlier it added 0.6 because of the rounding, but it may not just be a rounding thing. It may just be just the way it counts the garbage inside that is making this even more confusing. Oh, I should have changed my brake bias while I was back at the modern dealer. So that should be the last bag that I can put on. Let's turn around so I can change the brake. But actually, no, not the brake balance. The brake pads. I think I still have stock brake pads. I kind of doubt that the upgrading the brake pads will prevent the overheating though. But we'll see. Because the brake temperature that it starts smoking is much higher than the overheating temperature. So even when your brakes are not smoking, you could still be overheating the brakes. Because the overheating of the stock pads is 400 and the overheating of the upgraded pads is 450. Yeah, the 450. But the temperature that it starts smoking is like 700 or something. Oh, I may as well repair while we're here. So if it starts smoking, even with the stock pads, changing to the upgraded pads is probably not gonna fix the overheating. It may stop the smoking, but it's probably still overheating. I'm gonna need my thermometer. I don't know where my thermometer is anymore. I guess I can just buy a new one. So I can check the temperature. Also, I should have tested my Valentine builds before this compactly. But we're here now. I can buy a thermometer here, I believe. Whoa, almost flipped over because I just suddenly decided to make a turn. Can buy from behind this wall thermometer. There we go. So this should still be overheated. Oh, it's not anymore. Interesting. Because even when you change the pads, the temperature is still the same. So when I switched out the stock pads with the upgraded pads, it's still hot. But it seems to have cooled down now. I'm not braking as much though, since I'm already full. So I'm gonna go after this, after dropping off this garbage, I'm gonna go to Halim. I'm gonna guess by the time I get to AWOL, which is the one after Halim, the brakes will be smoking again, and I won't even need the thermometer to check the temperature. Because if it's smoking, it's definitely overheated. So before I go to AWOL, I'm gonna check the temperature of the brakes again with my thermometer, just to see how hot it is before. Oh yeah, and one of my backup pickup places here. If you didn't get enough from Gangjung somehow, you can also pick up some from a Oli or the overseas imports place. Don't really need my surround lights anymore, so I may as well turn off the flashing lights. When did I turn my hazard off? Oh, our brakes are already smoking. We're not even at a Lim yet. We drove a long way to get here, not braking too much, and somehow we're overheated already. So yeah, I'm probably better off just sticking with the stock pads since it's so cheap to replace. And this upgraded one is overheating regardless. So yeah, we still have two types of trash bags, and it still pays the same. But sometimes the dumpsters is giving me zero point 0.5 to the capacity, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. What's the way to Halim? The off-road. Oh, that's a single bag, so I'm skipping that. Yeah, this thing's smoking again. So the upgraded pads is useless. You're just paying more to replace such an expensive brake pad for no real benefit. And the price difference is huge as well. So this is a big dumpster. I have 1.2 right now. Is it gonna put me up to 1.8? Does. This is a small dumpster, so it should only put me to 2.2 from 2. Yeah, it does. But these ones also pay the same as the ones from the big dumpster. So if you want to maximize the space in your truck, you don't want to pick up from the big dumpsters because they take up more space even though it doesn't pay twice as much. It takes up twice as much space even though it only pays 50% more, not 100% more. Unless you're picking up garbage from Gangjung. So here's another small one. I have 3. Yeah, it only adds 0.25 on the small dumpsters. But these ones also pay 50% more. So that's the ones you want to pick up from, definitely. Those are the more space efficient ones. But obviously you can't only pick up from those because there's not very many. Here's another small one. Let's see how much space this takes up. Yeah, it's always 0.25 on from these ones. So these are good. It's just the big dumpsters that you don't want to pick up from. So there's 3 types of garbage you can put into your truck, but 2 of them pays the same. One takes up twice as much space as the other. That's a single garbage bag. That's a dumpster, a small one, so that I want to pick that up at some point. This house is like in a terrible front area. They need to rework this house. I don't know why it's so high. I guess they wanted the driveway to be mostly flat, so the rest of it had to be a slope. Here's another small dumpster. Yep, these small ones definitely worth picking up. Take up the same space as the bags, but they pay more. That's just a single bag. Oh, the bags here haven't respawned yet, I think. That's also just one bag. Yeah, because my pickup order earlier was I started from Jeju and then went to here. So the bags here haven't respawned yet. Are the bags in Jeju respawned though? So this is the big dumpster. You can see the garbage bag under there, but you can't pick it up manually. Yeah, you have to use the truck. And yeah, that one adds zero point 0.5, so twice as much space as the others. So there's two more over here. I don't want to waste my space for those. Oh, but I might have to pick those up just to get the truck full. Unless the garbage has already respawned. So these two are the same ones from before. Same with these two. I only see one bag over back here though. Wasn't there two bags here before? And what route did I take last time? So these two are still here. Well, they respawned rather. Same with these. And I already picked up garbage from Halim, Amol, and Uedo. So I need to make sure the truck is full before I... go out of Jeju. There's no garbage on that one. I picked up two there before. And that's a dumpster one as well. There's only one here. There was two here last time. Not counting this one. So I can still fit three. So this will have to be the third one. Now the truck is full. And this is still not the optimal because previously I went from Jeju to Oedo. So there wasn't the trash at Oedo haven't respawned yet when I came back around this time. So if I do clean up at Gangjung and then go back, I should be able to pick up more garbage before Jeju. Did I also upgrade the brake power yet? I think I have the maximum brake power. Gotta check that. Oh, FPS dropped around here once again because there's so much foliage. Even though my foliage is set to low. Right, there we go. We're out of the heavy foliage area. So last time I got paid 98,000 from Gangjung. Yeah, the one before is only 97. Well, I should be looking at the base payment only. So that's 78,000. The rest is town bonus. Town bonus is not always the same. Yeah, that's 76 from Gangjung because I picked up some of the inefficient bags. And then 78 once again from Jeju. So yeah, it's the big dumpster ones. It's not worth, they're not worth picking up. At least, well, time-wise, they're probably worth it since you don't even need to get out of the truck. But space-wise, it's worse. So I earned 78. If I did it correctly, the Jeju area and Gangjong, I would have earned 78,000 three times within an hour. So that is 78 times 3, 234 divided by 60. Just under, well, not just under, 3,900 per minute doing garbage here at the main island. So now let's try doing Ara. Where should I start? I guess at the police station. Oh, do I still have enough fuel? Also, I'm gonna need a second compacty at least. I wanted to make this have fire department design, but still haven't gotten around to making it. What? Why did I hop out? Oh, why is it putting me out there? There we go. Okay, I still have a decent amount of fuel on this thing. So the brake pad upgrade, not worth it. Just stick to the stock. It's way cheaper. Yeah, because this one is 10 times more expensive, but it's not gonna last ten times as long. Yeah, I do have a brake power upgrade. It doesn't feel very strong still though, but I have tested that. So that's it for the brake. 1.813 speed. Maximum rear bias. Suspension settings are The same as the racing setup, if I remember correctly. It's everything. No, not upload, browse. The racing setup is the one on stream, this one. Yeah, 150 springs, 200, 400 dampers. I only had 300 dampers during most of my testing on the track, but it felt bouncy. So I increased it to 400 and that fixed it. 500, I also tried, but it wasn't responsive enough. Like it made the suspension feel too slow, which is why I tried in with 300 damping for most of it. Yeah, that then felt too fast and it was bouncing around. And then I eventually tried 400 and then that was it. Oh, the racing setup has lower height. Maybe I should just use the lower height because it keeps wanting to flip over. And there's not really any need for the height because this truck has plenty of clearance. What's the racing setup has? So if you don't like the double shifting, you can just use the 5 speed. I don't think this is a good ratio for doing garbage deliveries though. This is for the track, but maybe it's still good enough. Because I am testing at Ansan Speedway, which is a nicely balanced track. The top speed might be limited though, because this is quite a high ratio. But again, this is a garbage truck, so you're actually you do go quite fast on the downhill from Jeju to the power plant. That's the only time though that you end up going fast. So yeah, if that if that ratio with the 5 speed is good enough for that, then yeah, that should be a good ratio for working as well. If you don't like the double shifting that you have to do with, well, you don't have to do with the 13 speed, but better to double shift the 13 speed. But yeah, I went with the 13 speed on the work setup so that I have a high speed reverse gear. What else? Oh yeah, the height. Yeah, it's the same height setup except -6 on all the whole thing. Because right now it's only -4 on the rear. So I have to make -6 on the front and -10 on the rear. Looks like the rear arch is clipping this way though. Let me grab. Oh yeah, we can do a comparison. This is stock. This is my old one. I want to replace the lights. I may as well take it here. Oh, the engine on this thing is still on. And on the Tronco, I can hear the Tronco as well. I want this to have my new lights set up. I need to make space in my inventory first, though, so I can take off the lights. Oh yeah, there's only 10 lights, because it's an old build. What do I have here? Dome light. Oh wait, what? Is it a different dome light? Oh yeah, it's that dome light. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, it's already in here. Yeah, dome light 1 and dome light 3. We have an LED strip number 2 and a bunch of LED board 2. I'll store them in here. Combine it with the other strip 2. Oh wait, I haven't uploaded the other compacting. I need to go back because that's different from the one already in the workshop. Go back here. Need that new one. I don't want the new paint though. I do want to update the paint on this thing regardless. So I guess I may as well, because this is an updated texture that matches the rear. Yeah, so they look like they have the same texture now, unlike my old paint where we couldn't adjust the texture before. Oh, this one is even on an 18 speed with 1 FDR. I'm reducing the spacers at the front. Springs used to be slightly stiffer, but I'm also lowering the height anyways. So it makes sense it's softer. Oh, the brakes used to be 200. Maybe I should give it a 200. Yeah, because if the brakes is gonna be constantly overheated, it's gonna wear out faster. So you may as well have the extra power, even though it's too much when you have a when your brakes aren't worn out yet. Gonna want those lights and remove the angle kit. My old setup apparently has an angle kit. Radiator doesn't need the upgrade. Let's try the 5 speed on this one. And was it 488? No, it's 478. I didn't. Oh, I didn't change that. remove the angle kit. Good. Height looks correct. Function dampers. Empty roll. Spacers. It didn't remove this one. Kira is the lightest wheel. And the utility. That's it. But I want this to be. Wait, it doesn't have the texture? What? I thought I uploaded the correct texture on this one. Did I have the wrong texture? Looks like the correct texture. Oh, it is 0.3, 0.15. Yeah, it is correct. Was it the same here? Oh yeah, it is. I was thinking 0.5, which is the default. No, it's not 0.5, it's 0.15. So it is correct. And this one I want to be red. Because the truck is green, yellow, and red. And since it already has this yellow icon here, I want the front to be red so that it's not the same as the other truck. Just helps me identify which is which. That's just the stock window tint. Oh, and need to repair this. Alright, this thing still has enough fuel as well. Alright, let's go collect some garbage here in Ara. Oh yeah, this already feels much more stable with the lower height. I don't know why I didn't just copy the same height for the race build from the race build. Because +6 height compared to the race build is way higher. No wonder it keeps wanting to flip over. And I didn't stiffen the spring either. When you increase height, you want to compensate with stiffer springs and extra spacers, but the spacers are already properly set up, so I couldn't change that. So when you're making tall off-road builds, it's actually hard to find the correct balance. Because for off-roading, you want soft suspension to absorb the bumps, but you also want the height, which you need stiffer springs to go with. Otherwise, it ends up way too soft. So if you want to You have if you took someone's build and made it taller, make sure to, depending on how much taller you're making it, make sure to compensate the stiffness accordingly. Oh, I don't have the uniform. The uniform is inside this truck, right? It's not, but I do have another here. I put it on the mighty, I think. Yeah, it's in my mighty. All my other stuff. And that's why I have two uniforms. Well, I had two uniforms in this thing. The second one is a spare in case this happens, where I forget that I don't have my, when I already took one and then didn't put it back, put it in something else instead. Yeah, there's so much garbage here in Ara. The problem here though is the landfill is quite far away, and these garbage bags stay the same. I don't think there isn't this any of the dumpsters here either. So this is not gonna pay me 78,000 because I can only fit 4 times 10, that's 40. Wait, that's gonna be 80,000. That's even more. Why am I not getting why didn't I get 80,000 in my previous garbage runs? Is it because I picked up dumpsters? I thought in the last two I didn't pick up from dumpsters. I must have still picked up some just to check. But yeah, you should be earning 80,000 if you're filling up the truck and not putting in trash from the big dumpsters. In fact, you can earn more from the small dumpsters. But yeah, somehow that wasn't enough for me to earn 80,000 or more from my previous garbage run. I've only picked up garbage from a small portion of Ara, but this truck is already almost full. So maybe I should have prepared a third truck. I don't think there's enough for a third one though. But like I said, you can pick up, even if you can't fill up your last truck, you can pick up garbage from Gapa on the way. can only put in 4 more bags, so I'm turning around now. Because none of these houses have usable parking spaces. So you can't spawn your vehicles in any of these properties. Do any of these even have parking spaces? Even non-functioning ones? I'm actually not seeing any. Now that I'm looking at it. I guess they do have space you can park in, but not actual parking spaces. So there's space for parking, but not space dedicated for parking vehicles in. So that one is full. Grab the other one. Oh, I double shifted on this one. This is a 5 speed though. I don't need to double shift on this one. Oh, I think the stop speed on fifth gear of this is very low. Because that was already fourth gear and it was still going slow. So I need to change the ratio. Yeah, because I think the race build I set up the race build for so that the fifth gear is the highest that I need on Ansan Speedway. And I can only go like 120 at Ansan Speedway at most, if I remember correctly. Are those gonna get compressed? Okay, good. I thought the door would push it out. So I can still double shift this and it still works fine because the gearing is too short. So this isn't really a useful test of this transmission because the FDR is wrong. It's almost full once again, but there's not that much garbage left. Oh, that's full now. Oh yeah, this house has a parking space right there. So does this one. There's just not a parking lot that you can spawn on. And even if it is a functional one, this is very small. So you can't spawn trucks like this inside of there. There might still be enough garbage for a third truck. Also, I don't have a county here apparently. Oh yeah, I moved it to the fire station. So the campy that I have at the garage, tuning garage, is the one that should be here. The one that is red. And the campy that is here is the one that should be at the supermarket. I don't really need a campy here, but it's there because I used it at some point. I want a garage. I guess I'm for a third compacty. I want a blue or a white. I hope the blue. Let's not change the paint. I want the 5 speed. What ratio though do I want? Maybe a 3.3. What else do I need to change? I guess that's it really. I want the roughness to match. Change that. Wait, is the metallic point 0.3? Yeah, it is. It's just the roughness. Actually, maybe I don't want to keep the blue. What's that yellow? 06? I guess Just look here. 08. Here's a trick that I just did. If you don't want the metallic and roughness to change, but you want to change the color, you can use the colors up here. It doesn't affect the metallic and roughness. Alright, let's go with that. Let's test our top speed from Jeju. Can't drive it out of here. This one here. I really need to put parking spawners once again on some of my properties. Why do I keep thinking this is a different shade, even though I know it's the same? And it does look the same. The ratio so far seems to have good spacing between the gears. Top speed seems to be good, but we're not going downhill yet. It might even be too high now. Oh, my face is becoming low again. It's not always that my FPS drops when I'm driving through here. So there's something wrong with that area. Sometimes I can drive through it just fine without my FPS dropping. Yeah, 170. Oh, I'm in comfort mode. Dang it. So the brakes didn't work as well. Well, that's the testing done. I need a garage. I can use the one over here. I don't know why a lot of trucks have comfort mode by default. Because you don't need comfort on trucks. Alright, so that ratio is good, but top speed is too much, so may as well go a bit higher than that. And then now the gearing should be perfect. Alright, let's see how much We can put on this thing. Well, we can only put 40. But is there 40 garbage bags that we can even pick up here? My FPS is low again. It's still 30 at least. I need to stop double shifting though. I'm so used to double shifting trucks because a lot of my trucks are set up where unless you're carrying super heavy cargo with it, you do want to double shift them. How's the throwing? Why did this one not get thrown very far? Alright, throwing not very worth it really. They need to make it so that you can throw far away at maximum charge and make it quicker to charge up the throw. Takes too long and you don't throw very far even at max charge. So it's not really worth it. Oh, it's getting dark. I need my lights. There might be enough garbage to fill the truck up completely. At least get it close to being full. Also, sometimes if you hop in the front passenger seat, you get the back seat for some reason. Because they have passenger seat randomization mechanic so that the passengers don't always sit in the same spot. But on the garbage truck, every other seat besides the driver's seat is treated as a passenger seat. Even though the front and the back one should really be separate. Yeah, there's plenty of garbage still. I don't think there's any garbage that spawned yet. Because I only picked up garbage from back there. These are all garbage that's already here. Yeah, there's so much garbage in this area. I'm definitely gonna be able to fill up this truck. I don't think a fourth truck will have much left for it though. Maybe, because there is a lot of garbage here. Oh, can I have four garbage bags next to each other? Again, I've been trying that, just placing the garbage bags really close to each other. Actually, double shifting from first to third isn't bad. It still works. I keep doing it, and it feels fine. If I rev up the first gear to max, especially, makes it not bad at all. Because you're saving time not changing gear from second to third by double shifting. Even though it's not an ideal, I can only load four more bags. There's still a lot of garbage bags. I'm gonna need another compactor. Oh, can I get four wide again? Yes. I don't think that's enough to fill up a fourth truck, but that's still a lot of garbage bags. Oh, I still have my hazard on this truck. On the other one as well. Go to garage. Oh wait, I wanted to. Well, I can still go there on the way. While we're here, I may as well. So for this last one, I want to try a cheap version. So no engine upgrade, no changing the transmission because transmissions are also expensive. I can change the ratio, but I don't want 1.8. Intake is cheap. Radiator is not changed. No turbo. Open diff. Diffs are not that expensive, but it's still a couple thousand. Spacers might be worth the 1000 because it increases your rollover resistance for for just 1,000. Springs for 1,000, that's too expensive. Dampers, definitely not. Same with the height. ARBs as well. Brake power too. Brake balance, way too expensive for some reason. Wait, F50 is only 10,000 now? I thought this was 25,000. Did they change the price? Utility boxes are cheap. And you definitely want utility box on your compacti to put uniforms and whatnot in. Definitely don't want the expensive light attachment. So this is only 3,000, assuming I'm actually paying for everything that I'm installing. Might not, because I might already own some of these. Utility spacer, I'm gonna have to check how much these are. Oh, these are expensive too. Okay, so we're not having spacers then. So this is only 2,000 now. The fuel tank is expensive. Don't want that. But also I didn't pay for it, so it doesn't count. So it's still worth this setup, this whole setup is still worth 2,000, I think. Let's check again. Oh, but that includes the paint and the decal. Actually, no, it didn't include the paint. It included the decal. I don't remember how much the decals were. Regardless, the intake was only 300. What else did I change? It's pretty much completely stock at this point. So 300 for the intake. The 6-speed has really high ratios. But also, this is on the stock engine, so maybe that's fine. Have to test it. For ratio. I didn't put anything on the brakes. Yep. No ARB, no springs, no dampers, no height, no spacer. So what did change? Just the intake and the utility box? Yeah, it is. So it's only 800. Alright, so I guess we can put some upgrades then. What's the first upgrade you should put on the compacti besides those? The ratios, maybe. We'll have to test. Ratios are worth 500? I thought they were cheaper. I might be thinking of the intakes though. I thought I always thought the ratios are really cheap. I didn't realize it's 500. I thought it's like 300, 200, or 100. But yeah, I might have been thinking of the price of the intake instead of the ratios. Yeah, I doubt they changed that. Yeah, this is 10,000. I thought the F50 was 25,000. Regardless, this is still way too expensive. You're just changing the balance of the brakes. Why is this worth 10,000? And why is F90 2,000? This should just be like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Why are these worth 1,000? The 200 is so expensive at 5,000. And even this is still 1,000. ARVs are 2,000. This is gonna be 4,000 for all four wheels. Minus 10 is 10,000. This needs to be cheaper as well. You're making centimeters changes. Why is it 1,000 per centimeter? And that's every wheel, so you need 4,000 per centimeter on all of your wheels. Assuming you only have four wheels. So if you have more than four wheels, it's even more expensive. Same with the spacers. These are millimeters. Although I guess at least it doesn't increase by 1,000 each for each one. But still, why is 10 centimeters 4,000? It's cheaper than this at least. But come on, it's 10 centimeters. Why is it thousands? It should be 1,000 at the maximum. And then everything else is cheaper than that. Alright, so I guess for a starter build, the best upgrade is gonna be the suspension stiffness, the springs. Increase it to 150. Oh, but wait, this is 1,000 each, which means 2,000 per axle, which is the same as the ARB. So we may as well include the ARBs, at least on the rear. You need it on the rear more than the front. What else is not too expensive? Turbos are very expensive on trucks. Diffs don't really make much difference on this thing, unless you're off-roading it. What's the second engine? You need truck level 10 and driving 5. And it's not that much more power, really. Yeah, it's like 20 to 25% more, which is not worth 14,000. You want to go all the way to 330 with 50,000. That's gonna be worth it. Is there a truck you can buy that has the 250 by default? So maybe if you own that truck and upgraded it to the 320, you can then use the 250 on your other trucks. Because I own 7 of these. So that must be where I got these. From other trucks that had it. And I upgraded to the 330. Hmm. Oh yeah, let me change the roughness to 15 so that it matches the rest of the truck. What else? Although if I upload this, I'm not really gonna include the paint. It only has 12 decals, so the decals are optional, obviously, and it's only worth 1,200, I believe, because I didn't use any of the expensive decals. Let's test the gearing and grab my stuff from here. It's in the other one, actually. There we go. Oh yeah, I have the thermometer here as well. Well, I'm gonna leave the thermometer, I guess. I may as well on from here. Oh yeah, my CUDA is parked here. I guess I'll spawn over there. Yeah, the gearing seems good already, so there's no need to change that. Also, I'm paying more attention to the prices now because because of what they're testing in the close test right now. They're giving us more stuff to spend on. Well, not even more stuff to spend, but they're increasing the cost on spawning. When spawning is already not that cheap to begin with, because like it's 300 per vehicle, but sometimes you want to spawn an entire train for trucking, so like you have your semi, two tra three and three trailers, so that's four vehicles you need to spawn, so 300 each, that's 1,200. Nothing too expensive, but still you're having to pay for that. Oh yeah, upgrading the suspension was definitely the way to go. Oh, I messed up the turning though, because I'm on mouse steering, and I tried to steer during the stutter, which doesn't work. Maybe it could use a little bit more top speed. But yeah, I don't know why we're getting an update